Hello everyone, my name is SeaNanners,
And my name is Hutch.
and today we are playing some Snatch and Grab. I do believe this is the Juggernaut mission on the downed airplanes and so on and so forth. Did we? I don't think we liked this mission very much. I remember us having a difficult time with those Juggernauts.
When
No,
we
thank
we
you.
liked it when we beat it. That's when we liked it.
Yeah, that's true. Very true.
It's a fun it's a
so,
fun mission. It's a fun mission, but it's
Yeah.
it's frustrating. Like you have to have I cannot imagine going through this on veteran with two people if both people aren't extremely good at the game or they haven't played the mission over about 25 times.
That's true.
Yeah.
I mean, because you can play any mission over and over again. I mean, especially like, let's say, sniper missions. There's that one with all the snipers in the grass, and as long
Yeah.
as you just play it over and over again, eventually you're going to get it. I mean, it comes down to repetition. But definitely didn't want to play it like 50 times.
I think it
But,
took you and me about, I don't know, my best guess would be 8 times, 9 times to beat this level.
Yeah, it got kind of because the Juggernauts, every time we'd always encounter Juggernauts, and one guy would be down and the other guy would be trying to snipe him, because you have to shoot the Juggernauts with the sniper rifle, because every time you shoot him with the M4A1, it just doesn't do anything. So
Right.
it becomes a situation of quickly trying to shoot off 5 bullets, and it can get a little bit hairy. I won't lie, it wasn't the best of times always, but I don't know. Do we have any advice for this? I mean, kind of flew by the seat of our pants.
Well, the beginning part isn't too difficult. Where it gets difficult is when you reach, when you actually snatch the info and it's time to grab it. I don't know what the hell the difference
Snatch
between
and grab.
snatch and grab. That doesn't make any sense.
It's snatch and snatch.
That's like fly and
Well,
levitate. Anyways,
Very well
so
put.
once you snatch the intel, which is coming up here in a minute, when it really gets difficult is when you jump out of the airplane, because then a juggernaut spawns and comes from behind you, and you got 7 guys shooting at you from the front, and then you got a juggernaut rushing you from the back. And there was one time where we tried this mission where I was downed and you almost killed the juggernaut, and I was just like screaming because
Oh, yeah.
remember we had spent like the whole night. We had spent like an hour and a half on the same mission, and you were duking it out with that juggernaut for days, and then finally he just
Oh,
he
that
just got you.
Juggernaut gets me every time.
Right. So what
yeah,
do you?
well, I mean, I think. What's up?
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say that I was trying to think in terms of tips for this, and I remember the one thing to pay attention to when you play this is whenever the Juggernaut spawns, you can hear a little like a faint gong. He goes bong,
Boom.
and yeah, and that means that pretty much he's gonna try to either spawn from behind you or in front of you, and I guess it's you just gotta spin around until you find him. But
Right.
that's one thing to pay attention to, because I think that, I mean, this level wouldn't be too bad if you didn't have Juggernauts chasing you down, but these things do happen. But
Right.
but yeah.
So what do you think of this new trend of dual commentaries? I mean, I'm seeing it. I have there's about 10 or 15 YouTubers that I subscribe to that when they post videos. Actually, I'll be honest with you. There's about 3 or 4 people that I watch every single one of their videos that I'm subscribed to, and then there's about, I don't know, 20 that if the title grabs me or if it looks interesting, then I'll watch it. But I've seen
Gotcha.
nothing but dual commentaries lately, and I can't help but think that maybe you and me played a little part in that.
We have changed the future.
As far as I know, we were the first person. We're the first people to do that.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's probably for the best. I think it's good to. I mean, half the fun of playing these games is to play online. I think that it was only a matter of time before people decided that, wow, okay, well, obviously when you're hanging out with your buddies and you're having a good time, it's probably a better version of a conversation as opposed to you in a room talking to yourself, because that can get pretty boring. Of course, there are plenty of things to talk about, but I mean, it's much more engaging when you have multiple people chatting it up about the old video games. But
Right.
yeah, hopefully. I mean, I don't know. I'm not like upset or something because other people are doing it. I just
No,
think that,
no.
yeah,
I'm not either.
it's-
Like I was one of the first people that actually did commentaries. Like I did those sniper tips for beginners where I recorded a voiceover, and then shortly before that or after that, I honestly don't remember. Blame Truth started doing the commentaries, and then XCal did, and then it was basically me, Blame Truth, and XCal doing it for a while. So when I saw like other people doing it, I was sort of delighted. I thought it was kind of cool that us three.
How many people before you were actually doing that? So I was kind of curious about it. It seemed like, because I mean, I came into the game pretty late. I mean, I've only been doing it like, I don't know, 4 months or so. So everyone was doing commentary, but
Yeah.
I mean, obviously that wasn't always the case. I mean, you say it was just the three of you guys. I mean, were there anybody in particular? Was there anyone in particular you were watching before that you kind of like?
No, I honestly, actually, you know what? I'm mistaken. I think there was a couple other guys, but I can't remember their name. I think one of them was called Crimson Gunner or something like that. But
Gotcha.
back when I first started making the videos and like it was all montages for World at War, and then somebody asked me to upload a full gameplay or like a full match, and so I did that. And then somebody asked for a tips video on sniping, and I couldn't think of any other way to do it besides with a microphone. And so I just plugged in a microphone and I recorded a voiceover to just, you know, different methods of sniping or whatever. And it was around that time, and, you know, I'm not going to take credit for it because I honestly don't even know, but I really honestly don't know. But Blame Truth started doing commentaries regularly, and I wasn't even subscribed to his channel at that point. I didn't, you know.
You were just aware of his presence.
I was aware of his presence, yeah. And then XCal
Gotcha.
started doing it, and there was a few other guys. But I didn't really pay too much attention to like what other people did in terms of commentary. But you know what? I think it might be a good idea for you and me to discuss how the hell we do this, because I don't know about you, but I get a lot of questions on how. It's really easy. We just set up our own like SeaNanners crops the videos together. He sends me a link to them to watch on Zshare. So when the time comes, we plug in our microphones, we get into an Xbox Live party, and we record our voices while watching the video at the same time. We're not in the same room or anything like that. And so yeah.
Yeah, you can also use Skype as well. You don't have to get an Xbox Live party. But
Right.
of course, you have to have a USB headset. And I think the Astros I have, this is where I take down the Juggernaut with a pistol.
Yeah.
The Astros I have, I think they have a converter that I don't have with me now, but you're able to plug into your computer. And a lot of people actually record commentary with their headsets, which is kind of nice. It kind of doubles as playing the game and recording commentary. But in terms of, yeah, we just pretty much watch. It's not like everyone seems to think that we're like, we share like bunk beds and we get up in the middle of the night. And
I'd love to share a bunk bed with you.
It'd be like Step Brothers, but slightly not as funny.
We could do all sorts of activities, and I think it would be so great. Right.
What is your favorite dinosaur?
Velociraptor or pterodactyl, one of the two. You know what? I have another question.
Velociraptor.
I have another question I want
What's
to
up?
ask you that I get asked a lot, which is, do you have any tips for commentary? And I think the number one tip that I would give to people is speak up. Don't mumble. If you speak up,
Yep.
then like if you're tired or something like that, and if you start mumbling, it's like you sort of start zoning out while you're talking, and you just do retarded commentaries. But if you speak up, then you're actually a lot more cognizant of what you're saying, and you have more energy, and I think people like that. So
I think the rule of thumb is if you're not entirely interested in what you have to say, then chances are people are I always hear people say like, oh, this isn't very interesting. I mean, that's not, you don't want to show your cards. You pretty much just want to try to be entertaining as possible. Try to be yourself. Don't try to. I think that people make the mistake of trying to be somebody else, somebody they're not.
Right.
People are very interested in seeing who you are as a person. I wouldn't. I mean, don't take on some alter ego that laughs maniacally. Just be yourself and have fun.
I think the video is coming to an end. I was so happy to complete this with you, and you and me are going to have to get back to these Spec Ops missions. We got 3 more to go.
All right, guys. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you later.